Had a look at telling you, darling. Shot, you'll have to apply me with alcohols. Yeah, I've got some favourites, I'm not sure.
But I think there's a lot of headcanon out there, and that's totally valid. And I just love the art that people make, yeah.
But obviously, you want to be a little bit cool. Oh, I'm not so desperate. Well, maybe don't think about it. No, absolutely. So good, yeah.
Oh, I wouldn't say no. Yeah, but it's not something I think about constantly. It really isn't something I think about.
How does it feel being back here? I remember your speech last year quite vividly. What's it like coming back?
It's a really delightful privilege, actually, to be asked for. Not only that, but also to be surrounded by so many old friends, so many new friends, so many good, great actors, and amazing developers as well. And to see people champion the games industry, not just from the acting point of view, but also the people that make the games that actually now are considered on the same level of storytelling as film and TV. So it's great, it's really cool. It's a real privilege.
What has the last year been like for you? Any reflections?
A lot of reflections in a good way. It's been very, very humbling. I'm not entitled to any of the success of this. Larian have made an incredible game. I'm lucky enough to be a part of it. I've been working for a very long time. It's really nice to have your peers and also the audience, the players, recognize your work and say we really like it. And just to meet so many people from the various communities of games I've been in who said that these games have really meant something to. And actually the projects helped them in ways that I think none of us could have predicted. That they felt seen, they felt strengthened, they met other people, they made friends. Sometimes they got married through the communities they made. It's really amazing and very unexpected, very wonderful. Yeah, I'm very privileged.
I was at MCM Comic Con a few weekends ago, and I was walking past where all the signatures were happening. It did look slightly like you were getting mobbed. What was that experience like?
Again, pretty wonderful. Yeah, it's really nice. I come from the theatre background originally, so I used to meet the audience after the play. They'd say, "Oh, I hated it," or "I loved it," or "Great," whatever the thing is. And it was really nice to have that feeling again of being able to connect with people, saying, "This is what I liked about the character. This is what the character, the story, or the game as a whole meant to me," and they want to share it with you, which is amazing and really lovely. Because then you get to listen to them and go, oh, wow, that's my work had indirectly an impact on somebody, very cool.
Nice. And what have you got coming up at the moment yourself?
Loads of things I cannot and will not tell you. Even if you tackle me to the ground and beat me, I will not tell you. I've got a lot of stuff coming up. A lot of stuff I'm very excited about. None of which I can tell you about.
Which award are you giving out tonight?
I'm giving out the Best Supporting Performer Award. And it's really nice that people do honour supporting work. Because obviously, the leads often are the protagonist or very adjacent to the antagonist. But when you see the supporting characters, they're the characters that make the world. They're the world-building characters, the characters that make you want to push through and keep fighting. So I love the fact, or not fighting, making an egg, whatever the game is about, you know what I mean? It's really nice that they're honoured because without those supporting characters, I feel the world would not have as much meaning for the main character, obviously. So it's just great they're on it. Yeah, very exciting. Also, again, the great privilege.
Have you got any favourites, not just in that category, but any favourites among the nominees of games you've had a look at?
Telling you, darling. Shot, you'll have to apply me with alcohols. Yeah, I've got some favourites, I'm not sure. Only because it's like, I feel that my opinion isn't that interesting. Do you know what I mean? It's interesting to hear about the players at any or me else. There are definitely some favourites of mine, yeah, and I really hope they win, but at the same time, I think it'd be remiss of me to say this should win. Do you know what I mean?
Well, and one cheeky one before I let you go. I spoke to you...
The things that I have coming up, break the NDA, isn't it?
Yeah, if you were to break one NDA, which one would it be?
That's right. If I was going to ruin my career in one way, how would I do it?
No, but I spoke to you briefly at the Gaming BAFTAs a few months ago, and you mentioned...
Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you. And you mentioned then... we spoke about how Larian have said they're not planning to go back to Baldur's Gate themselves, and it didn't even occur to me then. But then people in the comments were like, "But another developer could do it," and I was like, "Is that something that you'd be open to?" So they're like, "Oh, we're looking at."
If I was lucky enough to be asked to reprise the role, I would do it in a heartbeat. Yeah, I love the character. The character is incredibly meaningful for a lot of people, but also for me as well. The chance to reprise him in a game, live action, like anything, is amazing, and I would jump at the chance. Yeah. But obviously, you want to be a little bit cool. Oh, I'm not so desperate. Well, maybe don't think about it. No, absolutely. So good. Yeah.
Live action's a fun idea.
It'd be amazing. Yeah, I'd love to see that. Also, he and I look very similar, so I think I could get away with it.
How does it feel to be here at the Golden Joysticks tonight?
It means I didn't mess up last year when I was also here. And I'm pleased that they'll have me back. And all of that is now water under the bridge. Yeah.
It's all forgiven and forgotten.
We don't talk about the incident, as you know.
Fine. Shouldn't even mention it. What was it like being here last year and at the various other award shows when Baldur's Gate 3 and yourself did so amazingly well?
Well, the only nomination I got was a BAFTA. Only nomination I got was a BAFTA. Can you hear me? But I'm always a bridesmaid. You know, they asked me to present, so I present, and it's all very novel. It's all very novel. I was saying that as someone who does not intend to get married, this is the closest I'll have to a wedding. So I'm feeling very pampered and fussed, and there will be a fight later, even if I've started myself. Yeah.
I was at MCM Comic Con a few weekends ago. Saw the panel, saw the general adoration from the public, and rightly so. What's it like for you being at those kind of events where the fans are there, they're showing you, this is the artwork I've got, it's a very specific thing I want to ask you, it must be amazing.
Yeah, it's an incredibly special experience because, when we recorded Baldur's Gate 3, for example, we were working alone, we didn't work with each other, it just happened that everyone was amazing and people played it and enjoyed it. And of course with a game particularly like that it's so individual, that everyone's had their own real experience, and sometimes it's been quite a healing experience for them. Like this is never a dull moment hearing what people got up to. I love confessions. They'll say, "Oh, I did this thing." I don't really care, but as long as you enjoy yourself, dear, that's what it's about. So yeah, it's really, really special. The real highlight of the life so far.
Nice. Was Baldur's Gate one of those where, as you were working on it, you were like, "This is something special. I'm going to be talking about this in multiple years' time," or did it surprise you how big it went?
Yeah, because obviously you get a big game like that, you get the whole script on an Excel spreadsheet because you're recording line by line, such how video games work. But so no one sits you down and goes, "Oh, this is going to be the tone of it, and this is how your character's going to come across," and you kind of discover it as you go along. But I remember when we recorded pronouns, boys of the internet, and it just going, "Yeah, he's gorgeous, she's gorgeous, they're gorgeous," and going, "Oh, this is a cool game to be part of." That penny dropped there. But in terms of like popularity and fame or whatever, it didn't occur to us. We just wanted to make the best game that we could, and we didn't phone it in. So they'd never phone it in.
Oh, he doesn't
never know.
Amazing. And how did you feel with Karlach, one of the characters that does have a fairly tragic culmination of the story? How do you feel? Because there's that campfire at the end. I saw some artwork of this at Comic Con. And my wife, who's a huge fan, was like, "I'm seeing how they managed to put Karlach into that artwork," but she was sadly no longer alive at that point. What was it like to kind of have to record that and to kind of know all the characters are still out there except for mine?
I don't feel about it that way, and it depends. You've played Origin Karlach, of course. You can't end it's going to carry on now. It depends how you played it. But I think there's a lot of headcanon out there, and that's totally valid. And I just love the art that people make. Yeah.
Amazing. And was there any part of you, I know Larian have said that they weren't planning to jump into work on a sequel or a load of DLCs. Do you still kind of hope that somehow Karlach and you can work together again in that way?
Oh, I wouldn't say no. Yeah, but it's not something I think about constantly. It really isn't something I think about. No, but you do a job, you move on, or people in movies, their characters have all sorts of endings, and that's part of the job. Yes. But I can see these characters are going to live on in people's hearts.
That's so sweet. And what have you got at the moment that you're working on or that is coming out or that you're allowed to say you're attached to?
Cabernet. It's an indie game about vampires. And today was Locomotive. Locomotive got released. For me, it looks like kind of Murder on the Orient Express in a sort of LucasArts style. That's what it looks like. It looks like fun. A rollicking time. That's it. That's all I'm allowed to talk about right now, but some good things coming.